All right, what's up, folks? Welcome to a very special edition of Let's Trailer Reaction. So what happened is they dropped the first 7 minutes of the new Mortal Kombat movie, the 2021 brand new Mortal Kombat movie coming out this weekend, April 23rd. And we decided to watch that first 7 minutes and give our kind of reaction review to it. And then we're going to mention if we're going to kind of go and see this weekend. So it'll be in theaters, if theaters are open wherever you are. On HBO Max, if you are in the USA, you'll be able to watch it there. In Canada, it is somewhat unclear. You might be able to watch it via Crave in the HBO extension, or it might just be a rent-on-demand type movie. We'll, unfortunately, as Canadians, usually have to find out the day before it drops. So thank you for joining us all. Yeah, well, poor us, you know, first world problems. We'll figure it out. We'll watch it. But thank you, everyone, for joining us. We have a whole cast of crew here. You've seen them in many of our videos. Erik is kind of relatively new, and he is to my, I guess, what would this be on the screen? I'm
right? In the middle here at the top.
Yeah, okay, so Erik's in the middle, the one talking right now. Editor, head in chief of Udon Comics. So if you read Street Fighter comics, pick up any translated art books. Probably they have done them. And if you read the new manga literary classic series, which are manga versions of stuff, you know, like of Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, he is what makes that happen. So it's very happy to have him here.
And t-shirts and stuff too. Now we're doing shirts, we're doing pins, you know, we're doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, enamel pins, really nice on the Udon website. Actually, I will put all your links in the description of this video. So thank you for joining us, and you will have some very cool stories. So I think if we're going to start talking Street Fighter, there's going to be some very cool moments that you're going to be able to bring to the table. And then we have Jonathan Yo with us. And then my brother Chris Ho down there, and we have Sarah and Gordon, who you always see on the Sidekick Show, and Sarah's filled in for me once so far on the Heroes World podcast, but hopefully more. So the new Mortal Kombat 2021 film, the clip is supposedly the opening 7 minutes of the movie, so the very beginning of the movie. I guess they're not going to show us the beginning credits, or maybe they kick in right after the point. So if you haven't watched that, we're going to keep it. Should we do spoiler free at first and talk about? Yeah, I think we should. I should flip it around and say if we're going to watch this based on what we saw here. So if you don't want anything spoiled and you haven't watched the 7 minutes, let's kind of do our quick. If we are going to rent this right away this weekend, or maybe we're going to wait for it to come free to a streaming service maybe we already subscribe to, or something like that. Let's go clockwise. Let's jump to my brother Chris Ho. Based on the 7 minutes, are you going to rent, watch, VOD, whatever they want to call it now, this movie?
Yes. Short answer, yes.
Yeah.
And the first 7 minutes, you know, I won't spoil it, I guess, yet, but it sets up the tone for this movie. It's gonna be light. You know, most video game movies, and it's a Mortal Kombat movie, it's gonna be light on story. So don't watch this if you're looking for something like great story wise. If you like martial arts movies, if you like if you're a fan of the video game at all, you got to watch it. And it kind of sets the tone. You know, hyper violent, super crazy, brutally murdering people.
Yeah. This is kind of what what the fans wanted. Mortal Kombat put themselves in this box by introducing the fatalities and the blood and everything like that. So this is what people want, and they should have known this coming out the gate. So Gordon and Sarah, you guys just did a podcast with me talking about 1995's Mortal Kombat. So if you guys want to check that out, go back into our stream, check that out, and we talk about that. But what do you guys think so far of what you saw here? Are you happy with what you saw, and are you going to go and rent this right away this weekend? I'll let Gordon go first.
If I can buy it, I'm buying it.
Yeah. So Gordon, first day one purchase. Yeah, day one purchase. Sarah, I know the 1995 is a special place in your heart. So if you watch our podcast, lots of love for that. This one, are you like, I'm just gonna watch the 1995 one, or you're like, okay, this is interesting?
No, I'm definitely interested in this one for sure. Yeah. My name is not Rob. I am full go.
Yeah. Okay. Jonathan Yo, you literally, I just messaged you and you just watched it. So and I think Sarah and Gordon just watched it. So this is last minute Taylor reaction. So John, are you in ground floor?
I'm in for sure. You know, like I think Chris was saying, this movie may not be you know, deep in story, but they got good actors, and they got good actors who can fight. So you're gonna get good fight scenes. You may not get great story, but I think the emotion and the gravitas will be there to make the scenes good. If whatever not fight scenes there are, they'll still be deep and good, and they won't be cheesy. So I'm in for sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna get some high level fisticuffs going down. Erik, what do you think so far? Your first day rental?
I'm in. I'm definitely in. I mean, like I have been looking forward to this. Being a fighting game fan, working on Street Fighter for all these years.
You started a whole company to bring to life Street Fighter.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you are
Street Fighter
100%
and
a fighting game fan.
Your shirt says otherwise.
Udon actually did the Mortal Kombat video game little comic. We actually did that comic,
like the mini comic.
There was a mini comic, and it was a job done for DC back in the days, and then we did that comic for them. So we did something with Mortal Kombat before, and we did a lot of Mortal Kombat trading card game art too back in the days. Yeah. So we are pretty linked to Mortal Kombat. We didn't go all out and do the Mortal Kombat comic book series on our own, but then we have worked on in this property. And to be honest with you, like seeing what's going on, the development all these years, and looking at the cast, looking at all these trailers, I'm very excited because I think this could be a tipping point to show people that you can actually make a fighting game movie and it's actually well made. Because just looking at those 7 minutes, it has better story, it has better emotions, it has better acting than all the previous.
There's a long list of fighting game movies
beforehand.
They can fill up a trash bin or a discount bin at Shoppers Drug Mart or
I think
whatever
video
you want
game
to call
movies in general are all been very subpar.
I mean,
it's dumpster fire. Literally a dumpster fire.
The best thing we had before was Assassin's Fist, which is not really a big budget movie. It's actually a fan-made project. Turn into like a big deal. And I wish we could see more from that creative team, but then nobody seems to want to invest in seeing more of these because of the previous hiccups on everything else before.
Mm-hmm.
So this one hopefully would get more awareness of how great a fighting game movie could be.
Yeah. We could fill a whole podcast with the disaster that has the I don't know what you would call it, the road that has been paved of disappointing fighting movies. We could rank them from worst to worst. Yeah, and Chung-Li would be among there. And I think Erik should definitely come on and maybe talk a little bit about Chung-Li movie later on. Before we get too much into Street Fighter, we're talking about Mortal Kombat, folks, so don't get too mad. I will say Udon Entertainment has done a lovely job with all their Street Fighter properties. If you want someone that loves the property and cares about it, you can't get any better than what Udon has done with Street Fighter. So Erik, I commend you on that. And if Midway or whoever, Ed Boon and the whole team, they just love the franchise and they've done a great job with it. So if Mortal Kombat comes over to you guys, that would be an amazing feat. But let's talk more about Mortal Kombat trailer.
Let's talk about these 7 minutes. Right.
I'm 100% going to see this. If the movie theaters were open, I was definitely going to see it. I'm totally biased. Louis Tan's my guy, so even if this first 7 minutes was trash, I'm going to go see this and rent this day one. So, now that's over with, so pretty much all of us are going to recommend you go see this. So if you don't want to watch the 7 minutes, that is linked in the description. Just go ahead and rent it this weekend, and I think you're going to have a good time with the rest of us. So now let's delve into what happened in this trailer. So this trailer, so spoilers now. This trailer is Sub-Zero versus Scorpion is what the description was, and we have our two actors, Joe Taslim, who we know and love from The Raid, Fast and the Furious 6. He kicked I think Sung Kang and Tyrese's asses in that movie, which was absolutely hilarious. And then he also played, and most recently on the Warrior TV show. Shoutouts to Warrior, got a season 3. Lee Yong, who's amazing. So he's a very talented martial artist. And then we have Scorpion, Hiroyuki Sanada, I think. He's been around the block for a while. So we saw him in Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, Avengers Endgame, Westworld, and the new Army of Dead from Zack Snyder coming up. He's going to be in that. So these are two very talented
he's actually
actors
in Endgame. He's the Yakuza guy that Hawkeye killed. right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and he's also
yeah. He's
Yeah.
So
yeah. He's been around. He's very very charming on the screen, and he's very very skilled. So this trailer is the opening. It looks like a flashback. I think if you guys want to define it as that, some type of flashback into the past of what's happened to him and his family. So let me jump to Chris while my kids are going crazy in the background. What's your reaction to this first 7 minutes so far?
Yeah, it looks good. It's setting up the story between the two, I guess, the two fan favorite characters. One thing I liked about it was, you think you're going to see, because Mortal Kombat, you're going to see like one-on-one characters versus characters. I like that they had like kind of those goons kind of storm that that house, and then he just kind of like just brutally over the top murdered them. Had me going, oh, like screaming the whole time, like how they
a lot of limb cutting. Yes.
Yeah. And he had the spear. He got the spear going. I don't know if that's going to be the first time he uses the spear, or like kind of in the history, or that's kind of his weapon of choice. But he kind of fashions that, and I thought that was really cool. And then it did also set the tone of, that his kid gets. You don't really see in cinema like kids being killed in that sense, and that kid was killed, and his kid was killed, and that sets a really dark tone, I think. And that's a good thing for this type of movie, I guess.
For setting up revenge, it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scorpion, who is a character fueled by revenge. This is his story. This is his backstory. So we kind of all knew that this was gonna, especially when you open the movie and you have a happy family together, and it looks like he's living a good life.
they won't go down for too long. Yes.
So let's kick it to Gordon. What did you think?
I loved the amount of blood. Like that was the first thing. As soon as that there's that scene, it cuts into the window. I was like, oh, that's good. That's gonna get bloody. This is gonna get bad. And then I thought the ice effects were really good as well. But
that was scary. It was really legit scary.
And he was kind of bleeding from his hand when he used it too. Like that was an interesting sort of twist on it. But then watching, Scorpion pick up the Shinai and actually just start killing people, and tying it into the fact that was what his wife was using right before she got killed, that sort of made it that emotional connection. I was really impressed. For a fighting movie, yes, I'm hoping that most of the plot is punch, kick, punch, somebody dies, lots of blood, limbs lost. That's what I'm going into this for. But even in that, they still were able to translate a lot of the mythology and sort of give it a human touch. I was really impressed.
Yeah. All right. Sarah, were you a big fan of Last Samurai, Sarah? With Tom Cruise?
No. Oh, no, I didn't watch that.
No? Okay. Just wanted to throw that out there. It had a very Last Samurai vibe to me. But yeah, sorry. What did you think, Sarah, of the 7 minutes?
Well, at first I was a little scared because I saw in the first scene the brother looks like he was going to kill his sister. I didn't know what was going on. Putting the blanket over her, and I was like, "Oh, it's like my brother and me." But,
some childhood trauma coming back.
Trauma. But it was a good brother, so that was good. Gord actually put it on before I even knew what he was putting on, and then I was like, "Oh, Warrior," because I just saw. I didn't know what was going on.
Like, oh, Lee John's he's got some new threads going on.
Dude, he's got the same outfit. It's just kind of blue.
Yeah, but no, I thought it was really good. I like how they right away show what much better graphics with the ice instead of the nice 1995 blue ball of Sub-Zero.
the very slow, the slowest move ever.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I mean the graphics look great. The fighting scenes look amazing, and the acting, even that little bit of acting that we saw, I thought was really good. Yeah.
All right, Jonathan, what do you think?
I think same idea. First, like Gord said, that blood, when that guy got stabbed in the top of the head and the blood exploded like a volcano from a grade 8 science fair. I was like, oh no, right. But I did like the ice effect, and I also liked, the first time they could have easily gone with Sub-Zero just throwing ice effects all over the place and wrecking people, but all we pretty much saw was this knife, sword blade, blood, and just this slow kind of menacing use of ice, like a threat, right? And then that kind of puts you in, and then when you tie it in and you see the the mother and the son being like frozen, you're just kind of like that ties together,
Yeah.
and that's way more menacing than if he's going around throwing ice arrows all over the place. Just that slow movement was just kind of like, and like Gord said, kind of like the
when he
blood coming out, and like he's like, I don't care at all. Like this is nothing, right? It was really cool that way, and it added way more like intensity to that scene than if they had done it another way. So I liked how they did that.
Yeah. All right. So let's kick it to Erik. So there was like, you guys noticed, was any of it none of it was English, right? We had a mix of Japanese.
Yes.
And Chinese.
I was going to ask about that. What you guys thought of the language switching?
I was going to say, because everybody else basically, like already gave comment about the action, the blood, the ice effects and stuff. And I totally agree with all of you about how great this shows there with the emotions and everything. But then what I am very impressed is they did talk legit Chinese and Japanese. Like you have Japanese characters talking Japanese, you have Chinese characters talking legit Chinese that I can understand, and that is something that is pretty much unheard of, in these Hollywood films, because you like one thing I'm more worried about is later on when you have all these other people coming in, are they all going to be speaking Mandarin, or are they going to crisscross doing Mandarin and Cantonese and Taiwanese and and all these different dialects? That's something I'm worried about, because whenever a Chinese person is being depicted in any of those any of the movies, and and that I can say I'm worried about Shang-Chi as well, because like what kind of Chinese dialect are they going to talk to each other with, right? And that's very important to me as a Chinese, and I see that here being Sub-Zero being a Chinese person, as far as how they do the settings, and then talking to Scorpion, who is Japanese, and then both of them are conversing in their own language and stuff. And this is very cool to me. It's very authentic to me. So I applaud them doing it properly.
I just want to jump in and saying, like, if we're talking about the rest of the movie being in modern times, then I think you can get away with like them speaking English, right? But if this is a flashback, there's a good chance you wouldn't be crossing anybody speaking English, and there's that language wouldn't happen. So it makes sense to talk the Chinese and the Japanese, right? But if you're talking modern times when everything moves up to what it looks like, if this is supposedly a flashback, then they could get away with it that way. But yeah, I did like that they made it more authentic by using the Chinese and the Japanese.
He even says he doesn't understand him, right? Like when they're facing off.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're saying, but let's slow down.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. I think it is established that the Sub-Zero character, Joe Talsum, appears to speak both languages. So I guess he's just I don't know, going on some weird soliloquy in Chinese to show off and intimidate or something like that. And then they cut it right. He throws a spear and he just kind of like,
that's
a
smart.
little, a little head dodge, and then literally the Mortal Kombat music kicks in. So I want to quickly kick it to Gord, because I know he's got the original Mortal Kombat song on repeat in his, like, if we see his if he posts his Spotify like most played of the year, I wonder if that Mortal Kombat track is going to be up there. What do you think of the new sound that does infuse the old beat? So have you listened to the new track at all, or?
Not in full, but at the very end, like, first of all, Scorpion threw that Shinai and it landed on my wallet. But as soon as that beat kicked in, I was like, I'm sucked right back into freshman year of high school on being excited for something. And that, I gotta say, it's kind of powerful. Like I think they got the formula down this time.
Yeah. All right.
I'm in. I'll be
I
think that song tomorrow at some point.
Yeah. I don't know if the whole thing is available on iTunes or not, but I know they have leaked snippets of the music and stuff like that, and it sounds really cool. Music has also come a long way with production and Okay, go ahead.
I woke up
what's he gonna do?
To Sarah rowing. We got a rowing machine. She's rowing, and all I hear is Liu Kang.
Okay, so this is a question. Yeah, so this is a question that I completely forgot about, because we were having so much fun on our previous live show. So every Monday we go live at 8 o'clock. Fireballs. Yeah, I was gonna ask what and and I feel like I've heard this somewhere before. I don't know if someone's asked before. What like kind of like everyday task could you be doing, and you turn on the Mortal Kombat theme song, and it would just amp up your energy level. So I guess Sarah's is rowing.
I would have.
I don't know if
I don't care. Sleeping.
yeah. putting on the night mask, getting ready to go to bed. Let me click
Brushing your
on the
teeth,
Mortal Kombat.
It goes with everything.
Yeah. So the new thing is Mortal Kombat goes with everything. So if you were just sitting quietly somewhere and all of a sudden just someone yelled Mortal Kombat and the beat just kicks in, I guess everyone is all in. I don't know what we could think more is cutting up vegetables or something like that. You just turn on the song, full blast or something like that. So shout outs to that old song. Definitely a special place in all of our hearts. I don't know if we have to cover anything else other than we're pretty excited to see this weekend. Again, HBO Max for you lucky people in the USA will be able to watch it. I think you will have access to it for a month, and then it will become I don't know, some type of rental or something. I don't know how HBO Max over there works, and us Canadians are sitting tight to hear how we're going to get it.
I wish we could have seen these movies in the theater. I mean, there are so many films that I've seen lately on my TV, and I was like, this would be great seeing it in theaters. Like the Godzilla fight scenes, like Raya and the Last Dragons, beautiful film. It would be so much better to see it on the big screen. And I think this one will be too.
So movie theaters, we miss you. We hope you guys can survive this, and we're looking forward to coming back and having a big party with all our new online friends that will hopefully become physical friends, and we can watch some movies together and yell Mortal Kombat when we leave the theater and just shut the place down. So thank you again. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Erik, Jonathan, Gordon, Sarah, and my brother Chris, who's always willing to hop on these whenever I call him. Thank you so much, guys. I'll put if anyone wants me to link their stuff. I know, Jonathan, you've got a new page of toy customizing going on. And Erik, you've got your Udon stuff going on. Sarah and Gordon, do you want me to put your links or you?
Sure. I just want to check out all the clothing that Erik has.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Erik's got. I should have wore. Yeah, I've got like the Akuma and the Ryu shirts with the foil that Erik brought back for me from San Diego Con. He's got some. Yeah. I don't know if you have any Chung-Li themed stuff, Erik. Do you remember?
I have a
Monster
Chung-Li
Hunter.
Shirt. Yeah, like so. This is the Kami shirt, and there's a Chung-Li version of this.
That's sweet.
All right. All right. So we're going to talk to Erik, and maybe he's going to hook us up with a special care package, and I can distribute it amongst all of our friends and stuff. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us, and hopefully we will see you guys on some type of wrap up or some type of review for this movie. Because we didn't even touch on the representation and all the different people, like people of color and things that are going to be happening for this movie, and male and female. Like Mortal Kombat used to be only one female character before. Now it's like I feel like it's almost 50-50. It used to be a screen of 8 characters, and you would just have Sonya Blade, and that was it. So I'm happy that all kinds of representation is happening now. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, everyone, for joining me, and we'll see you guys on